That particular house, you know, and estate, the house with the red door, I mean, everybody knows where it's at. It's right there on River Drive.
It was one of the steps. We had to have a place, and we've got a great house over in Davenport, and it's very welcoming.
You always have that image of the house with the red door, and anybody can see it, and that's good because it's an open door for anyone that's going through cancer.
Happy anniversary, Gilda's Club.
Happy anniversary, Gilda's Club. Thank you for everything you've done for our family. We love you.
Happy 15th anniversary, Gilda's, and wishing you 15 more.
The philosophy here at Gilda's Club is simple. No one should have to face cancer alone. And that's why everything here is free, from the social activities to the emotional support groups. And that's why we need your donation tonight. Just call the number at the bottom of your screen to help support the Quad City Gilda's Club. 15 years ago, the Quad Cities welcomed Gilda's Club to the community. News 8's Jim Mertens takes a look back.
It's the 113-year-old house on Davenport's River Drive that an attorney built, a comedian inspired, and a community embraced. The bricks and mortar and the famous red door are like covers to a book that only hint at the amazing stories being written inside each day.
It's definitely a lifeboat. I mean, they don't know what to expect. They walk in the door, they have the deer in the headlights look, and they come in and they say, wow, I'm home.
But for the longest time, Gilda's Club had no home. For 18 months, the Cancer Support Group was an idea, not yet a reality. Even so, newly named Executive Director Claudia Robinson was getting phone calls for help from those in the community dealing with a cancer diagnosis.
Right before we decided to open, I started calling those people, and I found about 85% of them were gone, and we hadn't been there to help.
That only cemented her commitment.
And I think it truly is just faith and the belief in this is the right thing, and this is what we need to do for people.
People like 17-year-old Gabriella Armetta, whose life was shaken years ago when her mom was diagnosed with cancer.
Looking back, I realized how much it did help me, as much as I don't want to admit it necessarily, because that makes my mom right.
Now Gabriella has gone from a child looking for support to a teenager giving it.
I want to be that person I looked up to when I came, so that's what I came back to volunteer for.
It was successful attorney Abner Davison who built this house at 1234 River Drive, but it was run down when the Gilda's Club board decided to make this its home 15 years ago. That meant volunteers had to get to the job of renovating the building. That included new hire Melissa Wright, who had graduated with a master's degree in social work, but found her first job was to strip wallpaper from the walls.
But at the same time, you kind of question, you know, what am I doing here? And now I know it's, there was a reason that I did that and got to be a part of that from the beginning.
Claudia Robinson was here even before that, creating much of Gilda's Club Quad Cities from the ground up.
We had nothing except blind faith and an idea.
Her first Gilda's Club paycheck was a memorable one.
Our board treasurer handed me this check and he said, but you can't cash it because there's no money.
Later that day or the next day, I think we had enough money to handle her first paycheck. So things were pretty lean at the start, but we've come a long way.
But it all started with a comedian, Gilda Radner.
Little teeny tiny ball of sweat right here.
It was Gilda who famously wrote that having cancer gave her membership in an elite club she'd rather not belong to. The therapist Gilda Radner relied upon during her ovarian cancer fight decided to join her husband, actor Gene Wilder, to create Gilda's Club.
1, 2, 3, we're gonna do a couple photos here.
And when the ribbon was cut at the new Quad City Clubhouse, that same therapist made sure she was here to see the dream of a free cancer support facility become a reality.
People themselves who are going through it are experts because they have the direct experience. Therefore, we put together the clubhouse where they can share that experience together.
And those words spoken 15 years ago are alive today in volunteers like Gabriella.
It just gave me someplace like to express and like talk about it.
The people at Gilda's Club seldom have time to look back. Their mission is forward. It's in the people they meet.
It just touches you on such a personal level. It's unbelievable, the support that they give one another.
And it's the mission they continue to carry out each day.
We're never going to be a wealthy organization. We're always going to have to worry about the next dollar, but the key is we opened with the intent of providing everything free of charge to people, and we continue with that.